A gang of all-female smugglers, a Russian general intent on invading Europe, and Bond dressed as a clown? Yeah, it must be Octopussy. The source material for the 13th entry into the Bond franchise comes from Fleming's 14th and final Bond work published posthumously in 1966. The novella collection, entitled Octopussy and the Living Daylights, follows the format of For Your Eyes Only, providing glimpses into smaller Bond missions. The two prevalent novellas, Octopussy and Property of a Lady, serve as the basis for the film. The 1983 John Glenn helmed film finds Bond pulling a high-flying stunt at a Hispanic military base before diving back into the Cold War, due in part to 009 being found dead in East Berlin at the British Embassy with a fake Fabergé egg in his hands. The Fabergé egg, which is auctioned off at Sotheby's in the film, is pulled from Property of a Lady, in which Bond goes to a Sotheby's auction to identify a Russian mole in the UK government, as the Fabergé globe in the novella is the property of a Russian female double agent working in the ministry. The Fabergé egg leads Bond to Kamal Khan, an exiled Afghan prince in India, as well as a woman only known as Octopussy, who heads up a revived underground group of female smugglers and burglars. Meanwhile, Octopussy finds Bond confronting Major Dexter Smythe, a former British government official who, during World War II, stole a hidden cache of Nazi gold and killed a German guide. The guide, it turns out, was a friend of Bond's who gave him ski lessons at one point in time, and once his body is found, it's tied to Smythe. So Bond goes, confronts Smythe, and pretty much gets a confession out of him, and then says, "Okay, well, you'll be collected in about a week." And Smythe, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, is killed by the local sea life that he's been caring for, inadvertently, of course. Octopussy is revealed to be Smythe's daughter, who's thankful to Bond for giving her father an honorable alternative or option in terms of dying, but it's revealed that Smythe committed suicide in the film. And Octopussy, the main Bond woman of the film, is played by the returning Maud Adams. Wasn't she? No way. Yep, Andrea Anderson, Man with the Golden Gun. High continuity, does Bond not recognize her at all? Anyway, she's pretty independent for most of the film until, of course, she goes to confront Kamal for double-crossing her. He kidnaps her, and then Bond rescues her like a damsel in a high-flying stunt, offing Kamal and Kamal's henchmen in the process. So what's the deal with the octopi? It's a symbol of an old gang of female burglars and smugglers. So it's a lesbian thing? Shut up. No, I'm serious. A group of all women smuggling jewels. I don't want to have to go all Highlander on you, but if you don't shut up, I'm going to be the only one. What's with the feminazi attitude, man? So help me God, I will end you right here and now. Jeez, lighten up a little, man. Have a laugh once in a while, why don't you? But from a symbolic point of view, Khan and Bond visiting a group of independent women is kind of like, I don't know, Batman visiting Themyscira? But then again, Bond does call it sexual discrimination. Then again, he is a womanizer to start. Well, that is valid, I guess. So we've gotten way off track here, and I'm blaming you. We're not starting this again. Anyways, the film takes and expands upon the two novellas in a relevant political climate. And does so alright, I'm going to say. And by the way, the Cold War feel is brought on by a Russian general who wants to take over Europe by blowing up a bomb in West Berlin on a U.S. Air Force base, leading to more disarmament talks and European nations that are easier to conquer. However, the film has things like an Indian MI6 agent playing Bond's theme, innuendo jokes, and Bond dressed as a gorilla at one point, emitting a Tarzan yell during a jungle chase, and defusing a bomb dressed as a clown. So while the film has its pros, it also has its cons. Next week, Christopher Walken tries to take down Bond in Roger Moore's final Bond film. I got a fever, and the one thing that can cure it is more cowbell! Don't do that again.